Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself.
Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Murray says hang on here. He'll step back and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Murray now on first down. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Y'all playing wrong football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. Well, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13 and was shut down the rest of the way.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Murray. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me their fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Ingram again, a first down carry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
43. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 24, Jackson. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Joker, 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 Joker.
They'll run on 1st down. Ingram. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw it with Griffin. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the third time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses. And excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Let's go.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Murray now to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. I got you. Mike 57. 57's Mike. Hey, pick your game up. No, 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Hey, they're scared. They're scared, sir. 57's the Mike.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Watch QB's up. Watch QB's up.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Running right. This is Ingram. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
So don't say nothing.
Here's Griffin. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down.
From the shotgun, Griffin. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
Now, got an ending. Check, 48's the mark. Check, 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 check. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Who's on football? 48, 48's right. 48's mark.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
48, 48's the mic. Here we go, here we go. Zip it. Still got one.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Demir Bird, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that, but if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 35. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Open man is Kirk, complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
You can't block me.
From the 44, Griffin. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's 3rd and short.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it? David Johnson on his way. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10 for touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, his second touchdown on the season, and the Cardinals have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
I'm going to run you over. Share.
From the gun, it's Griffin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Ravens' 30-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's our time.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Crunch time, defense. Mike 57.
To throw on 3rd down. Murray, he's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
Check hot route. Hot. Check.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Third and 2, now Griffin. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now it's Peterson. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. First down, Murray. And it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Murray again, 2nd and 10. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. Murray now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Murray to air it out again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Griffin. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. This time they stay on the ground. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Come on, fellas.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
I got you.
Now on 2nd and 16, Griffin steps away to his left. It's complete to Snead. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing on 2nd down, Griffin. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Griffin. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chandler Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mike, 50 seconds. There's a party now. Hey, check Mike, 50 seconds.
Now Murray. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray flushed out right. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Watch out for Hill on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Out of the gun, Griffin. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Give him 9 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Set. And read. Mike. Check. It's free.
To throw again on second down. Griffin buying time to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Deontay Thompson, the rookie from Bama. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college. And our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. From the 2 now, second and goal. Murray keeps it himself. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get it behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up full. Now this time, Murray to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, alert 3. Check your backer. Check your hot read.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. Shrugs off another. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Griffin. He wants it all for the end zone. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was third down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. This, to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
57. Mike, 57. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. There's the first NFL grab for Andy Isabella. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Cardinals on third down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
57 to Mike. Stop your whining. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Here we go.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Able to find Isabella. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Here we go. Here we go. With his hands. That's fair. To you. I'm coming up to you. Up.
57. Mike 57.
No chance.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike, hey. Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball?
Mike Smith.
Now on 2nd and 13. Murray. And that's incomplete.
Murray's pass. Thrown away and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 13.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. The pass complete. It's Bird. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Murray now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Out. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Let's go, defense.
To throw again, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch twist. Set. Switch.
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Shift. Check 37.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They go play action. Griffin. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Seth Roberts, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school where I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest. Every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A big spot now for the rookie Murray. This one caught by Isabella. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And an alley to run. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. To throw is Murray. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Check, 43. Boom. Situation, let's go.
From midfield now, here's Griffin. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. The Dolphins have scored again to extend their lead a bit. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Roberts has it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw, escaping the pressure right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Second and 11 at the 20-yard line.
Come on, set. 61. Target, 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 target.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And this, not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually